Hi guys, it's Jessica here for a dolly video. I have a lot of, I've been doing a lot of body and head swapping on my crew, so I want to make a video showing most of that. I don't think I've finished anything new with sewing. But yeah, lots of updates for body swapping. So I'll say it right now, there's going to be a lot of dolly nudity in this video because not all the dolls have been redressed at this point, and I kind of want to show the hybrid basically so you can get a good impression of it. So if you're at the gym or at school and somebody might look over your shoulder and be like, what the heck are you looking at? So just a warning. And I often forget to give dolly nudity warnings. The other thing, we'll see how it goes. I have not been able to get the videos off of my phone onto my computer so that I can edit them, and it's just not working anymore. I don't know why they won't go onto my computer. So the last video, I was able to, with the YouTube app, I was able to directly upload the last video that I shot. And there might be some ability to edit in there. I haven't really played with that very much, so we'll see. But I need to figure out something because I probably need a new computer is what, but I don't want to spend money on that right now. So if we can find another way to get videos up, that would be fine with me. I don't really use my computers much. I used to use them really a lot for art, and I pretty much just use them to watch YouTube videos at this point. I don't do a lot of computer work because I'm not able to. That said, I want to say this before I forget too. I have an appointment to get my hair done. Today's Sunday, so this coming Wednesday. And it's going to be later in the evening, so I probably won't be able to make a video that day to show it, unless I can get it moved earlier. But I'm super excited about that. I'm going to try to keep the length that I have, and get to I found the same person. It took a while to track her down. She was actually at the same salon, and nobody knew the pictures I'd shown, but then she saw them and remembered. So yay! It only took like a week to track her down. So I'm super excited. But let's get going on these hybrids. Let's see here. So this guy that I'm holding right here, I started the video with him because he has clothes on. He is, this is my Doll Zone Robin, and he is my character Lark. And he came in last year sometime, or maybe it was this year. Yeah, it was this year, because it took like 6 or 7 months, so it was this year that he came in. And he was on the 72 centimeter Doll Zone body. I forget the number designation. I got hair in my mouth from dolls. I decided to do a switcheroo, and I'll show you. I wanted to put the deer head that came on this smaller body on the larger 72 centimeter body, and I'll show you that here. And it's really good hybrid. And so I put Doll Zone Robin on this body, and I actually really like him. I posted some pictures on my Instagram. I really love this Doll Zone 62 centimeter body. Its pose is amazing, aesthetically is beautiful. I really wish that they would have just taken this body and upscaled it to the 72 centimeters. I just don't, I mean, it's not a bad body, it's not an ugly body, it is a really beautiful body, but in comparison to this one, I love this one so much more. So I'm really liking him on this body, just dressing him and posing him and playing with him. He's just too short for my girls. I posted some pictures of him next to my twiggling Pieta, and she's on the 65 centimeter twiggling body. So yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna do, but I really like this body. So he's wearing, and I just love, I love this size of doll overall. I would say that if the twiggling girls had been smaller dolls, like 57 centimeters or 60 centimeters, my collection would probably be a lot different. I would have a lot more boys in that scale, you know, 65 centimeter boys or 68 instead of these 70 centimeter plus, because I'm very greatly restricted by that. I should have some restrictions, right? But it's always trying to, and that's the way it is when your dolls interact, and you're always trying to, the groups that they're in, it kind of needs to make sense. But I am just enjoying him on this body. He's just so cute. He's wearing some Code Noir jeans. These are my favorite jeans that are made. I mean, they're so detailed and amazing. And he's wearing this sweater that I got from Etsy. It's a shop called Doll 9. It's a Korean shop. And I bought several things from that shop, they were under, what do they call it? SD17 size. And I was really hoping that they were going to be big enough to fit a lot of my 70 centimeter dolls, and they're just not. Unfortunately, they just are not. But they fit this size really good. So he's wearing one of the sweaters that I just love. I love this sweater. If I could have gotten it in the bigger size, boy, I sure would be even more happy. But he's wearing these super cute 99 style boots, just like all these my favorite types of brands that I cannot, I can't get any of those things to fit my bigger dolls. That's one of the reasons why I have to sew so much. Before I show the next doll, I do want to, I won't show you. It's got the band-aid on. Oh, it's actually bled through again. This is probably the worst restringing injury I've had. So I've been in the hobby for about 4 years now. I think my anniversary, my Den of Angels anniversary is this week or next week. So 4 years, and you think I would know better. I have 5 or 6 pair of hemostats. I have several different restringing tools. You know, I use ribbons. I use chopsticks and big paintbrushes to stick in there so that I don't have to grab string or use my fingers to grab S-hooks, because you should never ever do that. Don't ever use your finger to try to hold an S-hook that's attached to elastic, because you are gonna get hurt. So I posted a picture on my Instagram, and if I'm able to, I'll try to edit it in here so you can see. Skip it right now if you don't want to see that. Yeah, I was restringing Alyssa, who is my Doll Chateau Christina that MisMantis, she dyed her pink and purple and painted her all over with gold henna tattoos. She's an absolutely gorgeous doll. I wanted to, I've had Doll Chateau Christina for, because I had she was one of my first dolls, and she's the new. And then last summer I got I got Alyssa. So I've had a doll Chateau Christina for a long, long time, always had the joints, which I love, love, love the aesthetic of, but I really wanted to go ahead and take them out and see how I like that. So that was when this happened, because I was being dumb. So I'm going to show you her. She's not wearing any clothes because I want you to be able to see her. But I am so extremely happy with her like this. She's so gorgeous. Look at the elegant poses. She's such a gorgeous doll. I'll kind of leave her in her pose just because it's so pretty. So again, yeah, she was dyed, and she did, you can see how she did a gradient to a darker purple on her neck and her shoulders and her feet down here, and she's painted all over very beautifully. So gorgeous. This doll, I'm going to leave her with no clothes for a while and think about what I want to make for her next, because I feel like sewing her something new. I just don't know what, but I want to leave her with no clothes for a while so I can appreciate just how beautiful she is. So it's hard to get her fully on there. So this is her without the extra joints, because she had, this body comes with an extra joint in the neck, and then ankle or wrist and ankle joints. And so she's probably lost a good, oh gosh, here. So there was the neck joint, extra neck joint, and then there's one of the ankle joints, beautifully painted. Look at that, that's gorgeous. So, you know, that's how much height she lost. I think, oh gosh, I can't even remember. I think she might be 65 centimeters with her joints. I'm not sure. I used to know that, but it just went out of my brain. So she's lost probably a good 4 or 5 centimeters of height. And so I love her. She's so, so cute. And of course her magnificent Angora wig that Moderately Vivid made. I've commissioned them to make some more wigs for me, and I cannot wait. I'm so excited for them. But it just suits her perfectly. I love the combination of this teal color with her dyed color. So really, really happy with her. And she definitely stands better, but she's loose because, I mean, she lost all of that height. And so I was going to take out those pieces and see how it was and then go in and tighten the string, but then this happened, so that didn't I didn't go back and finish tightening her. Let's see if I can get her to stand here on demand, because it's not impossible to stand this girl with her extra joints, but it's pretty difficult, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to get her to do it here. But I did get a picture of her standing last night. There. Isn't she awesome? She's so cool. I just love her. And I feel like taking out those joints really emphasizes her her curviness, so her hips, really curvy hips and thighs, and beautiful derriere. I think it really emphasizes that all the more, and she just looks really, really beautiful. I love her. I loved her before, and I still love my other Christina with her joints, but I kind of feel like I got a new doll. And that's kind of how I've been feeling about with a lot of this body and head swapping I'm doing. It feels like I get a new doll because they're so different. Yeah, I'm really hybriding and changing things around has definitely been something that when I first got into the hobby, I just like, well, there's no need for that. I won't do that. But definitely as I've have more dolls and also have more like artist head sculpts that need bodies, then the body hunt and body swapping becomes more of a part of the hobby, which I find, bodies are just as important to me as the heads, like the aesthetic and the posing. And yeah, I thought I could do the thing where you just kind of buy some cheaper bodies and put the heads on them that you like, that's the only important part, but that just doesn't work for me. I wish it would. I wish that would work for me, because it sure would save me a lot of money. It would save me a lot of money if I could do that. It's already getting hot. So let me set her over here. Again, there's dolly nudity here, so these dolls here don't have clothes on. This is probably not the video to watch at the gym or at school. So this is my twiggling Eloy, or one of my twiggling Eloys. He was actually white skin, but I blushed him to match a normal skin long sole body. And as you will see, this is not the long sole body anymore. This is my fifth motif timeless body that my Veneto came on. And a while ago, I moved my Veneto to I think it's a 72 or 73 centimeter, I think it's 73 centimeter Sume Idelian body, which is a very buff, burly body, and it just suits the character. The Veneto head's hard to find bodies that he can hybrid on, so he hybrids on it wonderfully, and that burly aesthetic is just so much more in character for Amergen. So he's been on there for a while, and when that body came in a few months ago, and then my Gua head, fifth motif Gua head, I had put on this body and was going to eventually blush him to match it. But last night I decided I was going to go ahead and put my Eloy head on this body. And it's what I always wanted. I always wanted, for, a twiggling Eloy head, my dream body for that head was the timeless body. That was the body that Reese sculpted this head for. It's sculpted to fit this body. Which she says that she, in some ways, regrets, because it wasn't long after that point that basically it was discontinued. There's been a few releases and stuff, but it was discontinued at that point. But I love the Eloy head on this body, so I decided to go ahead and switch it. And I'll bring him over here. The Gua head is now on his previous long sole body, and I really like him on that body. So as much or more than I did on this, and I wanted the Eloy head so much more on this body, so I was kind of doing the Puritan thing, I was like, well, it's a Gua head, and it should go on, it's fifth motif head, it should go on a fifth motif body, and I was like, nope. I don't have to follow those rules. Why am I following these rules when I don't like it as much. So so he's on this body, and I just love it, love it, love it, love it. It's making me love him all the more. This is Herla. This is Herla's brother, and kind of probably someday I'll write more about the story and tell you more about it. Relationship with Alyssa. So yeah, he's a very important character to me. The Herla character was not a character that I ever... He was just kind of this idea that if the right doll came around, that he would be created, basically. So when I got this second Eloy head, yeah, he became Herla. So he's a special character. He's an important character, and Twiggling Eloy, I could have so many of him, because he's just he's one of my favorite sculpts. You know, he's very alien and elven. He's definitely a fae, and love him so much. I did his face up, and it's not super or incredible, but I'm actually pretty happy with it, and I haven't had any desire to change it. And it matches this pretty good. Wonder if you can see. No, I'd have to take all his wig off and everything, which is a pain. But he's pretty white skin, so I was able to... Yeah, I don't think you can see. I was able to match him pretty good to the long soul body. So he just kept this outfit because it fits him so well. And Herla, while Herla went on to the forest where she met her husband and kind of had a separate life, in my story, Herla basically stayed in Woden's kingdom. It's an unseelie, dark fae kingdom, and yeah, that's where Herla and him grew up, and they grew up with Alyssa. So someday I'd love to write more about it, because that's like Herla's previous life before. But I just love him. I'm going to... Today I wanted to, or some point, I wanted to dig out his box, because the his alternate hands, they call them the telephone hands, they're still in his box. I love them. They're like my favorite hands, but I was so paranoid at the time that I was going to break them that I just never put them on. I left them in the foam in the box so they would stay safe. So now, I mean, it's been like 2 years now, so I feel a little more like, okay, I'm going to get those hands out, just because he's been wearing, or this body has had these same hands, and I've never changed them. So I'm going to do that. I just have to dig out that box, which might be a little bit of a project. I have, because I have boxes in that closet. I have boxes under my bed, and we have 2 closets in the main bedroom, you know, supposed to be his and her, and they're both her. So I have boxes in both of those closets. Yeah. Lots and lots of doll boxes, and there's a good proportion of my dolls that didn't come with boxes, and I still just have boxes coming out of my ears. But yeah, I'm so happy. I'm so glad that I finally did this, because this was, yeah, this is perfection. Just absolute perfection. And he's wearing the that new yukata and pants that I had made, which fit this body so much better than the Dolce Mystic body that I had initially intended. So that's the benefit too of having so many different dolls and different bodies, is if I sew something that doesn't end up fitting like I want, it'll fit somebody else. Okay. So, going to show you, and we've seen this before. I don't know if you've ever seen her without her clothes on, so I wanted to take this opportunity while she's undressed. This was my original deer head, actually, that came, it's the tan resin that came on the 62 centimeter doll zone boy body, and I ended up getting a second head that had the doll zone blushing, and it's actually, I think, a white skin or normal skin head underneath, but the blushing is so, I mean, it's complete coverage and it makes it look tan. Plus I think the painting is more masculine. So for now, eventually this is going to change. It's another of those things that I need to send to Groovis Girl so that she can paint them for me. I just need to do it. I'm sorry, honey. It's all me. It's nothing that Ashley has done. It's just me not getting my act together and putting dolls in boxes and taking them to the post office so that they can go and get painted. But I had that Zoom Amber body for a while that I had her on, and it is a beautiful body, and the aesthetic was gorgeous, but it can't sit, and like I was always trying to find some place to put her, and that body doesn't stand great. It's a body that can't sit because of the anatomy of the legs, and so it has to be standing, and it doesn't stand safely. So eventually I just put her in her box because I was just so worried and scared that something was going to happen to her. So she's in a new home. But I was lucky enough to find this old doll she casted ingenue body, and so it's the old style original body, and I think it just looks super gorgeous and elegant with the deer head. I love her. I just love this doll. But she's the original twiggling body, so she's probably, I mean, with a normally human head, she's about 65, maybe 67 centimeters. She's pretty big. And so 62 centimeter doll zone body with the other deer head on it, it just wasn't, the proportions weren't what I wanted for this couple. This was something that I'd had in my mind, but just didn't do it. And finally just was like, you know, I'm just gonna do it. And because I had tried this hybrid before and thought it looked pretty nice. So this is the doll zone deer head that is, if you buy the full doll, comes on the 62 centimeter doll zone body, the one that I have my doll zone Robin put on now, but at the beginning of the video. And so this is doll zone Robin's, this was the body my doll zone Robin came with. It's the 72 centimeter body, doll zone body. This is in tan, and ouch, he pinched me. He pinched me. Yep, these dolls are dangerous. He's just so beautiful and so elegant. And if I'm able to get it to work, I will try to insert some photos I took, because I just love him on this body. This is perfect. I'm so happy with this doll and this character at this point, and how well he compares, how these two are together. Oops. So I usually glue these heads on because they have super weak magnets, and so I usually hot glue them, but I had taken everybody apart, and the magnets have even come unglued at this point from this other head. Yeah, the magnets are super weak, so I usually glue these. And you can see I just barely moved her and it popped off. Let's try this again. Very, very carefully. It's very hard. It's very hard to hold them. So what will eventually happen is that I'm going to send these two heads to Grievous Girl, and she's going to paint them for me, and the tan head will go back to this tan body, and she'll, let's see if I can get her to stand. Without popping her head off. Oh, this might be foolish. And I need to change out the S-hook because you can't put a very big S-hook in these heads. There's not enough space. So the head cap won't close properly because of S-hook in the way too. Determined to stand these guys up for you guys. There. How's that? You guys gonna behave? There. Okay, so yes. This head is more this color underneath, so she's going to strip it, and I want a very a lot of pinks and almost albino. This body is far from white at this point. I think it's like a 2012 Dulce Casted body, so it's definitely it's mellowed. But I think I really want the pink blushing like an albino white deer, and then this sort of darker painting for this head. This was a fully blushed head that Doll Zone had done, and I'm really not super impressed with it. Like, the head is so beautiful, it has so much detailed fur sculpting and sculpting in the antlers, and it's just like there's no shading, it's just flat airbrush, like they brushed the whole thing this tan color and then did some darker spots, but it's not shaded. Like, it has so much more potential. So that'll be the plan, and I can't remember if I talked about that here or not. I probably did at some point, but once again, I seriously have, like, I don't know, at least 10 dolls that I need to send to Grievous Girl to be painted. Poor girl. But yeah, eventually that will happen. I'm just so happy with them. Their proportions are so great together. So happy. So he is a human fae. His great grandmother was a fae, and his family is Native American, and they're skinwalkers. So, but he's in the same story as this girl, and I just like the proportions so much better. This is my Olafe, Mary Del Rand Olafe, and the Como Rebe body, which I love. I would absolutely love to get another cookie skin Olafe head, and I might have to. I think that she's being offered again later this year. And so I really wanted to make a hybrid on Fairyland body, but I like the proportions. And then this guy's in the same story too. This is my Rumple Doll Morpheo head. His wig is kind of a little bit crazy right now on the Dolce Pure Body, on the newer one. So I just like I just think that they work. You know, there's some different proportions going on here, but I think it all works together. Let me grab. I'm running out of space to show you dolls on this table. I don't know if you guys can hear me from over here. I'm trying to grab my Rumple Doll Abaddon. Who is on long sole body. And he's definitely the tallest. He's 75 centimeters, though I did take out his ankle pieces to make him just a little bit shorter. Probably didn't affect it that much. That was what his ankle piece. And he came extra to like little height boosters that he came with. But I think it's a good, I love that. This is kind of like one of my side stories. And I love them, love them, love them. I would, eventually, what I'd love is to get him onto the body that he was intended to go on, which was that the sculptor kind of envisioned him on, the Dollstown 18-year body. It's being redone. I think you can only buy ones that are in stock at this point. So it's not available. So we'll see when that new body comes out what the deal is with it, and if I like it, and if it is still going to be a good match. I had him blushed to match this tan long sole body, which is a very light tan, but I think it would probably be a really good match for Copper Oriental, because Dollstown basically is a sister company or something of Dolce, so they do their casting, use the same colors and stuff. But really happy with those guys. I wish I could pause this. What does this button do? I think it takes a picture. So we're like 37 minutes. But I still have, I wanted to show you Guha. Hear the jingle jangle of his ankle. So this was the body and the set that Herla was on, and he's so washed out because he's white skin. So this is my 5th motif Gua head, and this is the long sole 75 centimeter body, the same one that Abaddon is on, except it's in their normal skin. So he'll need to be blushed, which is something that I want to do, because I can do the lighter the lighter dolls. It's my tan dolls that scare me, and I'm just afraid I'm just gonna freaking ruin it. But that's my goal this summer. This guy will get a face up, and I am going to do it. But I think that I just love him on this body, but also with this set. It's just gorgeous. So he's going to keep this for now. Super happy with him. What else? This video is so long, but oh well. There are a few odds and ends I wanted to show you guys. I got in another body, and I'm kind of up in the air about it, if if I'm going to keep it. So this is the same body that my deer is on right now. It is the Doll Zone 72 centimeter body, the newer one. So the same one that Robin comes on, and I think dolls like Raymond and that come on this body at this point. And I don't know, like I really love my deer head on that tan body, but I don't know, I'm having a hard time liking this. And so I'm definitely not going to give up just yet. I think if I body blush it, that I might like it more, because it's just so, it's not very old. I think it's a year or two old, but you can see just how much Doll Zone and Doll Chateau, when you first get them when they're brand new in the white skin, it is paper white. But in not very long at all, like under a year, it will change quite a lot. And you can see that here, that this is, so it's something to keep in mind, that if you are getting one of those dolls in white skin, it's not going to be that same paper white for very long at all. And that can be a good thing, especially if you're trying to match it to other heads. So it can be a good or a bad thing. I think for me, it's never a deal breaker because the power of blushing. So this is my little rebel head, and I freaking love him so much. And that's why I bought this body, because I thought he would look good on it. So I don't know. I really want him to be on a 70 centimeter or bigger body. And that's challenging with the neck size, because those bigger bodies a lot of times tend to have larger neck sizes. So I'm kind of on the lookout for a ring doll bodies. So we'll see. I have a Doll She, I always get this wrong. DSM, it's that one with all the freaking crazy joints. So I have one basically on hold. The seller was nice enough to hold it for me, that I'll get at the end of the month. That's the plan anyways. And so we'll see if things might shift all around again. I've really been putting a lot of emphasis into my boys, and getting them the way I want them to be. So this head is not going anywhere. I think that we'll just have to experiment and see what body he might end up on. But I love the head so much. And I thought about maybe just reselling this body, but it's like, I always need bigger bodies. There's nothing wrong with having an extra big body, because it's not going to be hard to find somebody who's going to take it. I don't have that problem. I have a lot of floating heads that need bodies right now. So yeah, beautiful body. I got it for such an amazing deal. And I think the biggest reason that they discounted it so much is because they had done some modding on the neck, which I just can't even really notice. I mean, I can feel where they did some sanding there, but like when I look at it right now, I can't even see anything. I can just kind of feel it. So yep, I don't know. I think maybe blushing and then a face up is definitely going to make this hybrid probably a lot nicer. So we'll see. I just wanted to show you guys, and maybe you guys have some suggestions. This, by the way, this is I don't think I said, this is a little rebel Kalar head, and just check it out. The ears, the nose, the lips, everything I love in a boy skull. It's just fantastic. He's amazing. Oh, anything else? Oh, why don't I just go ahead and show you guys this. This was, I commissioned, gosh, I don't have any more room to set dolls. I commissioned a sweater from, oh, I think her Etsy shop is Emporium 29. Okay, dang it. I almost made it in one video without having to turn it off. But husband came home, so hopefully we'll see how it goes, splicing these two videos together. But this is, so this is Herla, my twigling ingenue on the, she's on the shorter body, short waist and short legs. But I got in this sweater for her, which probably doesn't match her outfit the best, but I didn't care. I wanted her to wear it. This was a sweater that I commissioned for from, again, I think it's Emporium 29 is her Etsy shop, and I had bought a sweater for her that is from the same yarn. It was on my Kitty Jolie, and I think that I showed it here and on Instagram. So I asked her if she could make using that same yarn, if she could make a cardigan. I don't know what you call it. What's a sweater that opens up in the front that can be buttoned? A cardigan type thing. So that have the option of closing it up or having it like an open jacket. And it's just so beautiful. It's so, so pretty. Look at these gorgeous colors. And since I was commissioning her to make this one for Herla, I went ahead and bought this sweater that she had in her, that was in her shop. And it was an MSD size sweater. And this is Elowen. She is Herla's daughter, one of her daughters, and she is a flam elf head. She's an event head, and she's on the Moe body. She's on the Moe body, the Moe Minifee body, and I think she looks super adorable in this sweater. The colors are very, very bright. I really love the colors on this, and I'm like, well, it doesn't really match the colors of any of my dolls, and I'm like, I will make an outfit. So I'd like to make some coordinating pants or skirt of some kind to go with it. But I think like, she's a little girl. It's a very bright, colorful outfit that I think a little girl would wear. Isn't it pretty though? I just love the colors. It's the same yarn as, it's the same yarn that has these different colors in it, but you can see as you start to go further into the yarn, it starts to become more of these colors, which is very cool. And so the MSD size sweater out of this doesn't have any hint of the yellows or orange like this one does. Orange, or I guess that's green and yellow, and then it finally goes into these oranges. Okay, I guess I better close this because it's saying low battery. Plenty of space, but low battery. Okay, thanks for watching, guys. I hope you're gonna have a great week. It's Sunday here. Let's tackle Monday and get through it. Bye, guys.